Hello everyone, and welcome to my playthrough of what some consider one of the more boring slash bad stories, although this is kind of a trend with the Republic side of things. People usually tend to consider the Republic stories worse than the Empire ones, whether they are just considered boring or just outright bad. I've heard people say they think the story is incredibly boring. I've heard them say they think this is an incredibly bad story. I'm not too fond of it personally. Myself, I think it could have been better. There are some elements about it I do like. I also do like at least a couple of the characters that are involved. And one of the things I think actually helps is that both troopers that you can play are voiced by pretty great voice actors. So I actually was torn between this because, one, I love both voice actors. Two, each one has a good, or rather what I consider at least a decent romance that I do like both romances. The first, of course, is the female, which is voiced by...
Now you'll see how Havoc Squad gets things done.
You can probably pick up on whose voice that is immediately. That is Jennifer Hale, who we all know as Commander Shepard from Mass Effect. And I do like the Eric Jorgen, you'll get to see him later, romance. And then there's the male trooper.
As a soldier of the Republic, it's my duty to help.
That's Brian Bloom, who voices Varric in Dragon Age. So, I ended up going with the male one here, because I also like the romance that he can have with Alara Dorn. But, So, I do love Jennifer Hale, but in the end I decided to go with my boy Brian Bloom, who plays Varric, who is awesome. I'm sorry, I love Varric. So, the trooper story. Not all heroes carry lightsabers. Some just have the will to fight. For decades, the armed forces of the Galactic Republic defended their civilization against the seemingly unstoppable Sith Empire. Despite countless setbacks, the men and women of the Republic military never backed down until the Senate ordered them to do so. These brave souls remain ready and willing to lay their lives on the line today. In the wake of the Treaty of Coruscant, the Republic military has begun recruiting from within its own ranks, creating cutting-edge special forces squads for the inevitable day when the war with the Sith Empire begins anew. These advanced strike teams are comprised of only the most talented and disciplined soldiers, a new breed of the elite Republic troopers. Excuse me. These troopers are the embodiment of... oh, excuse me, got something in my throat. Are the embodiment of the Republic military's highest aspirations, the most advanced fighting force in the galaxy. They are equipped to face any foe in any environment, but it's not their gear that makes them tough, it's their guts. The troopers' greatest weapons are their indomitable spirit, their unwavering sense of duty, and their undying loyalty to each other, and to the ideals the Republic represents. In this age, the stakes have never been higher. The Republic must win or face extinction. The fate of the galaxy rests upon ordinary men becoming extraordinary heroes. This is the path of the Republic trooper. The Knights of the Jedi Order have defended the Republic for generations, but they have not fought alone. A host of unsung heroes have marched at the Jedi's side, common men courageous enough to enlist and face the same risks as their Jedi comrades, despite not having access to the Jedi powers of protection. These heroes have not gone unappreciated by the Jedi. The men and women of the Republic military are accorded complete respect and admiration by the Order and by the Republic's political leaders. In the years since the Treaty of Coruscant, the Jedi have withdrawn in significant numbers to their homeworld of Tython. Their presence in the Republic military, though still significant, is not what it was during the war. In many ways, the Republic's newly trained elite troopers have stepped up to take charge of the Republic's defenses. When troopers are partnered with the Jedi, they are a force to be reckoned with on any battlefield.
Dangerous missions are what I do best. I'm in.
Ignore the partial tattoo there. That won't come into play until later. I was going to go with a full tattoo, but that would be kind of spoilery. So, I was kind of going back and forth on this. The thing that ended up selling me, however, to choose that we're going to go with Commando over Vanguard, is I'm going to go with the gunnery spec this time around, this discipline. I think my main Commando when I played through this the first time was an assault specialist. So we're going to go gunnery this time. And I also have another one that's Vanguard that I'm trying out. I think she's a shield specialist. The thing that caught my attention, though, the difference, and why I ended up deciding to go with Commando back and forth here, was that the Vanguard uses blaster rifles, while the Commando uses assault cannons. Now, I do wish assault cannons packed more of a punch, because you're carrying a freaking minigun with you at times. So you would expect that it's like, oh yeah, just kind of like unloading it, and it doesn't really feel that way sometimes. You kind of wish it was more. But, it's just kind of how it is. So we're going to be going with Commando and rocking some assault cannons in this. I do think some of the armors, like this, can look pretty cool.
I'm a soldier. I'll get the job done.
Like I said, there are elements to this I like. While I'm not too fond of the story itself, even by the end of it, it's just kind of like, oh, really? That's it? And it's just kind of like, oh, okay. Like, it's not the most memorable or the best one, without question. In my opinion, the best stories are without a doubt the 4 that are on the Imperial side of things instead of the Republic, and it's one of the drawbacks. Though what's funny is that some of the more notable voice actors do voice the Republic characters. Like I said, we have Jennifer Hale right here and Brian Bloom right here. And that's not even counting the known voice actors who voiced the Jedi characters. But we'll get to that later. So I have a name here, because Brian Bloom, I went with, Varric Tethras. I don't know if anyone's taken this name. We're going to find out here. I have a couple of names in mind that we can try out here. Let's see. Nope, no one ever took that. So, Tethras, like Varric Tethras, is going to be the name of our Commando here, I've let it be known how much I love Varric as a character in Dragon Age, and a huge chunk of that is because of the voice acting of Brian Bloom. If you look up the stuff that he's done, it's just like, wow, dude, this guy is awesome. And I'm sorry, I just love him as Varric. He's so cool, such a great character, and just great voice acting. The Republic Trooper. Chaos grips the Galactic Republic. Influential star systems break away from the millennia-old alliance, angered over the Senate's treaty with the Sith Empire. On the planet of Ord Mantell, this planet, civil war erupts between loyal Republic citizens and violent separatist extremists, waging a campaign of terror against their own people. Now, an elite young sergeant from the Republic's famous Havoc Squad has arrived to help defeat the separatists and restore peace to this war-ravaged world. That's part of the tattoo that's on his eye that he wanted to put on there to show a bit of his loyalty, plus to try and cover up the scar he has across his eye that he got in a battle at one point in his young career. But he has had aspirations to move up the ranks of Havoc Squad, the elite squad of Republic troopers and soldiers. Also, I mentioned the voice actors. The character we're going to meet, one of our companions, Eric Jorgen, he's actually voiced by an actor I really, really like. I've seen him in numerous things. The two that I know him from the most, I actually forget his name at the moment, but he was in a Disney Channel original movie, I think it was called Luck of the Irish, where he was playing the villain who was like wanting to be the king of the leprechauns, and he had this really, a pretty decent Irish accent in my opinion. But the one I know him from the most, and I'm sure many of you may know him, if you've ever seen the show Psych, it's Detective Lassiter, or Lassie, as he was known in the show. If you hear his voice, you may, when we get to his character in this game, you'll probably go, that's him! It's just one of those where the moment I heard his voice, I was like, that's Lassie! Because I loved Psych. I loved that show. It was just, which is funny because I look back at the cameo he makes in Starship Troopers, where he's doing a commercial about psychics, and it was like, hey, wait a minute, Lassie doesn't believe in psychics! It was just really funny. But anyways, that's just me. Ord Mantell. Of the starting planets, this might be This may compete with Tython for the one that just kind of makes me go, ugh. Like, in my opinion, the Imperial starting planets are much better than the 2 starting planets for the Republic characters. Look at that big cannon on our shoulder there. Look at that. We got a freaking minigun just kind of hanging off our shoulder there.
There's not a feeling in this galaxy like riding a 100-ton walker right through the middle of a combat zone. Huh, kid?
Approaching Droliad village, sir. Scope shows small arms fire and enemy movements in all quarters. Separatists are definitely moving on the objective.
Another beautiful day on Ord Mantell. You excited, kid? Nervous? You know, you're the first new entry to Havoc Squad in some time.
What made Havoc choose to bring me in?
There's just too much happening on Ord Mantell. Guys in charge decided we need an extra pair of hands. I'm Lieutenant Bex Kolos, but everyone in Havoc calls me Gearbox. We're a tight unit. You'll like it with us. Let me tell you why we're here. The Separatists have nabbed the Republic bomb off a downed transport, a Sirius bomb. One of those orbital strike numbers. There's no telling where these grimy bushwhackers have hidden the thing. They have popular support and hideouts everywhere. Finding this bomb won't be easy.
What are the weapon specs?
The bomb is designed to slag a huge city, so it could wipe this little island right off the map. You'll get a full op brief once we reach Fort Garnick. For now, just sit back and...
Code Red! Code Red! We've been hit by an AP missile! A shoulder launcher from somewhere in the village! Everyone, hold...
Hard to hold on when you take a rocket to the face.
Driver! Blasted, he's down. Backwater Separatists aren't supposed to have armor-piercing missiles. They'll tear up every convoy that passes through here.
Major hardware in enemy hands. Seems like the kind of thing we should have been warned about.
Let's get out of this alive and worry about filing complaints later, all right? Fixing things is my specialty, kid. I'm nowhere near the fighter you are. I'll stay and get this walker moving again. You'll disable the Separatist missile launchers. Understood?
We were hit pretty hard. What are the odds of getting this thing moving again?
Not sure, honestly. But it takes months to requisition a new one. The Separatists will probably have their missile launchers piled together in a cache somewhere in the village. You can bet that cache will be heavily guarded. Find the cache, disable the missile launchers, and then double time it back here. Got it, Sergeant?
I'm on it.
Good luck out there, kid.
Now, the thing I find compelling about the Trooper is that it's basically the Republic's version of the down-to-earth kind of perspective of this whole situation. You could probably say the same thing about the Smuggler, but to me, the Trooper is supposed to be like the equivalent of the Imperial Agent, in terms of, this is someone who doesn't have any powers, he's just a soldier amongst the Republic's army. You know, to me that's kind of like the down-to-earth, you know, everyday kind of guy that's just here with his armor and his weapon, here to serve the Republic. You know, you get what I'm saying? Yeah, that's just how I see it in my perspective on what the idea of playing the Trooper is kind of supposed to be, or should be, you know? You know? I sound like Rocky, you know? So there is a little area here, right from the get-go.
Stand by a tick. HQ, this is forward recon. Do you copy? HQ! Blast. Thought I had him. Sorry, soldier. Having a little trouble here. Actually, we could use that big gun of yours right now if you'd help us out. A crack Separatist militia has taken over this village. So we're not talking dumb grunts and farmers. They've got experts in there with serious jamming equipment.
Any ideas how to solve that problem?
I figure I've got one option left. Ask you for help. My mission is to deliver recon on this village, but I can't report anything through this interference. I need those Separatist jammers neutralized. So if you're headed into the village anyway, maybe you can handle it for us. If you waste those Separatist jammers, report back here. I'll see if I can requisition some equipment you could use.
So, very quick little thing, because commandos can be straight-up healers, combat mechs if you want. Gunneries, specialized with range cannon attacks, employing long-range weapons to demolish anyone unlucky enough to be near their sights. So, Grav Round, Demolition Round, Vortex Bolt, and Bolt Storm. Assault Specialists are loaded to the brim with Incendiary Ordnance and performing bolts. So, Incendiary Rounds, Assault Plastique, Serrated Bolts, and Mag Bolts. So, we're going to go with Gunnery. To me, the idea should be it's a discipline that really emphasizes the assault cannon that you have on your back. At least I think that's what it kind of should be, but you know, that's not necessarily always the case. All right, so before we get underway here, let's, you know, obviously I'll go through my mail off camera, you know, in between videos like I usually do. I just want to go ahead and see if, you know, because being able... here we go. There we go. Okar's a smuggler, so of course he'll be the guy who helps my Republic characters.
Can't stay this pretty without learning some tricks. Nothing personal.
I just realized I haven't even given myself my buffs. You'll notice that we have energy cells here. That's actually one of the things. If we run out of cells, we use this to give us more ammo. Because basically, this is our getting health and energy back, recharge and reload. Trying to reload our weapon here, you know. You know, hold on a second. There's one more thing I just realized I didn't get. Hold on. No, not that. Not those. HK-55 does not use assault cannons. I'm trying to find the one that has like the extra pieces of gear that I can go ahead and toss on, as well as there we go, basically the free XP boost that you get early on for working on alts. I'm just straight up missing it, aren't I? No, not that one. Not that one either. It's like I may have to actually just kind of unhighlight these until I actually find the one I'm looking for. I mean, there is that, but I'd rather find the other one. It's the one that's got the, the multiple pieces. Here it is. This one. Because then you just kind of fill out your slots with extra gear right from the get-go. Alright. Now we're good to go.
Can't stay this pretty without learning some tricks. Take a nap. up. Sometimes I impress myself. Take a nap. Nothing personal. Too easy.
There we go. That's a bonus. Finished. Oh.
I do. Private Westner, 31st Recon out of Fort Garnick. Watch your head out there. Separatists deployed snipers in the area last week. Good snipers. Plenty of casualties between here and Fort Garnick. Those Seps will shoot at anything.
Who are their targets?
Soldiers, vehicles, civilians, especially the refugees from all the war-torn settlements. They pass through on their way to the refugee camp outside Fort Garnick. Boom. Sniper bait.
Sounds like you could use a soldier.
We'll take any gun we can get. Fort Garnick wants those snipers retired ASAP. Commander Vray even offered a week's pay to anyone who makes it happen.
Then count me in.
Damn glad to hear it, sir. If you take out the snipers, report to Commander Vray at the refugee camp outside Fort Garnick. Good hunting.
You know, I actually did consider doing a dark side trooper, but in the end I decided to save that for our smuggler. So we'll be doing light side stuff mainly with this guy. By the way, in case you're curious, I was looking into like special custom stuff. Oh wow, 37 minutes. That's quite a show off the armor there. Only 500. Wow. I was looking into stuff for my trooper here for this run for us to wear. Look at this Havoc Squad specific set. And look how much it costs. It's not bad looking, although you get you can pick up a number of other armors throughout the story that look very similar. So appearance-wise, it's not really a big deal. But look at how much it costs. Holy mackerel. Now you can actually get a flare specifically for that if you want to, rock that on your image, which I should change on this character, by the way. I was also looking into weapons, mainly, of course, unique cannons for my character here. And there's a couple that I was like, like this one here, not bad, not bad. This one also, not bad. And this one here as well. Because I've been picking up the Resolute Gorilla weapons, a couple of them. And here's another one I could grab as well. There's also this one, which also doesn't look bad either. And fortunately, a lot of these are not that expensive. They're only 500, which is nice compared to, say, these, which are more expensive. So I'm probably going to grab one of these. Not, all, just one. Because obviously, commandos are, as far as I know, the only spec in this game that can actually use assault cannons. So, anyways.
Nice work, kid. You've got a talent, there's no denying that. I, however, didn't have much success. This walker isn't going to be moving anytime soon.
Don't beat yourself up. If it was possible, you'd have fixed it.
Thanks, kid. Shame about the driver, though. Poor guy never had a chance. I'm going to stay here and salvage all the goodies off this wreck before someone else does. You better head for Fort Garnick. Be sure to keep a lookout for Seps on your way to the fort. They can come at you out of nowhere.
Sure you don't want me to stick around and cover you while you work?
No, I'll be fine. Hey, I'm not exactly new to this, kid. Stay sharp out there. I'll see you later.
This is how big the Ord Mantell map is. Just in case you were curious.
Glad you made it back in one piece. Me and my squad owe you one. Thanks to you, we're cutting through the Separatist interference. Be reporting back to base in no time. Here, a little something from our private stock. Watch your hide out there, hero.
Just what the doctor ordered. You can find me around later.
I was like, what was I supposed to get? Oh, snipers. Oh, there's two right here.
Getting up. Nothing personal.
Oh, I'm having some stuttering. I was concerned about that with the amount of, you know, trees and grass and such. I'll work on my settings in between videos. Just kind of bear with it for the moment.
Sometimes I impress myself. Take a nap. Nothing personal. Too easy.
And boy, is it causing some lag and stuttering.
You can find me around later.
Alright, so here's one of the main hubs of this starting planet here for the Trooper and the Smuggler.
Got too much on my hands right now. Sorry.
Oh. He's not the person I'm supposed to talk to.
Kanaya nukan. Kinyam nayalak nugmege. Manalang yang perlo. Am kakalami nayakira lebua. Karaimi. Nikag nikag. Kiniyak kak anak wamjam.
Sergeant, good to see Havoc Squad colors in the field. Nasty fight out here. Can't tell friend from enemy half the time. Subs just take off their uniforms and blend into the villages. Still, we're Garnick's one of the better posts. Good for training, you know.
They have quality instructors at the fort?
Got a combat instructor academy here, so the best of the best come from all over the planet. Head up and see Lieutenant Forrest when you get a chance. He'll help you survive in this craziness.
Command's sending out new tactics all the time. Stay sharp out there.
Alright, so now that's explosive round. Oh, I actually just moved this charge bolts over here, put explosive round there. Never mind. So let's report to the commander before we head to the cantina. Oh, I'm sorry, did I say that out loud?
Excuse me, Sergeant. Sorry to interrupt, but you're the new member of Havoc Squad, aren't you? I'm Farn, sir. Private Farn. It's a real honor to meet you. Ord Mantell is my first post. I can't believe I'm here at the same time as Havoc Squad. If you don't mind me asking, sir, what's your mission here? Why would Havoc Squad be sent to Ord Mantell?
The Separatists stole the Republic bomb, so we're here to take it back.
Whoa, sounds like dangerous stuff. I won't take up any more of your time, Sergeant. I'm sure you have lots of really important things to do.
You're dismissed, Private.
Goodbye, sir.
I probably should not have told him that, since there is a thing here where they're like, hey, you can't discuss details of classified missions and all that.
Yes. So if we focus our efforts on M Sector, I'm certain that... Sergeant, welcome. Welcome. Good to have you here. I'm Commander Heron Tavis, Havoc Squad's...
Hold on. Alright.
Yes. So if we focus our efforts on M Sector, I'm certain that... Sergeant, welcome. Welcome. Good to have you here. I'm Commander Heron Tavis, Havoc Squad's commanding officer. We're all excited to have some new blood in the unit. Let me introduce you to the other members of Havoc Squad. My second-in-command, Captain Zora, is the squad's infiltration and assassination specialist. We call her Wraith.
Sergeant.
This is Fuse, Lieutenant Vanto Bazrin. He's an expert with every type of explosive in the known galaxy.
Oh, yes. Hello, Sergeant. Hello. Good to meet you.
And this is Needles, Lieutenant Ryler Durant. Needles is a medical genius. He's particularly adept at synthesizing powerful new combat stimulants and adrenals.
Perfection is my art, Sergeant. It will be my honor to help you perform at your very best.
And of course you met Gearbox on your way here, so that's everyone. People, this is the new sergeant I mentioned. Rank first in the academy in forward assault, search and destroy, and advanced recon. It's good to have you, Sergeant.
I want you to remember each of these characters. Just take notes of them and remember them, okay? Just do that for me.
It's a real pleasure to meet all of you.
Now, the reason we're all here. A Republic transport carrying among its cargo a ZR-57 orbital strike bomb crashed in northern Avalatan 6 days ago. Recovery units sent a team, but they were too late. Separatist forces had already stolen the transport's cargo, including the ZR-57, and fled.
What are the ZR-57's capabilities, sir?
The ZR-57 is... well, it's serious hardware, you know? I mean, it can pretty much vaporize this whole island. So we'd better get it back, or, well... boom.
We're investigating several leads to the bomb's location, but the one I'd like you to look into, Sergeant, comes from a Republic spy named Bellis. Bellis reported making an important discovery, but he's too deep to exfiltrate for a full report. Instead, you'll rendezvous with Bellis in a nearby village called Talaran. Bellis will meet you in a small alley in Talaran. Find out what he's discovered, then return to base immediately. Understood?
What if Bellis's information doesn't lead us to the bomb, sir?
Then we will have one less lead requiring our attention.
I have one last introduction to make. This is Lieutenant Arik Jorgen, an operations officer from the Republic's Ord Mantell Infantry Command. Since we're on individual missions to search for this bomb, Lieutenant Jorgen is coordinating our efforts from here within the mission room.
All right, Sergeant. I'll be overseeing your op through the camera mounted on your armor, so I see what you see. It's activated when you leave the fort. I'll make this completely clear, Rookie. When you're in the field, what I say goes. Period.
Have you picked up on the voice yet? Because I'm telling you, the first time I heard him speak, I was like, you know, just like, you know, I recognized his voice right away, and I just kind of, like, geeked out, because I was just, you know, I really like this actor, you know. So, and I like Jorgen as a character. You know, I actually do like him. So, I don't recall people saying they don't like him, you know, but, you know, I'm a little a little biased because I do like the actor, so.
I can handle myself, sir.
The other members of Havoc have proven themselves on dozens of ops, Sergeant. You haven't. Just make your way to Talaran, meet up with Bellis, and find out what he knows without screwing anything up.
Good luck in Talaran, Sergeant. Dismissed.
Finally did that. Sergeant! That's one of the things I did like about this, is the different ranks, and you can actually be able to, you know, equip them as you go through, so. Okay, so I have some mail to go through, and yeah, and then, I'm probably gonna, I'll be honest with you guys, I was gonna make part 1 of this and then leave him in the cantina to get some rest XP after kind of getting him all set up and such. So when we return, we will be continuing the story, going to find this Bellis. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the side quest that's right there nearby and go see the trainer and all that. Stay tuned.